Today I want to talk to you about the wonderful letting go technique of welcoming. Now, I don't know if you've done much research on letting go. There are many different methods out there for how to let go of your worries, your problems, your concerns. The best method I have found is an exercise called welcoming. It's actually a practice. So letting go in principle acknowledges the basic fundamentals that you are not your mind and you're not your body and you are not your emotions. And I'll talk more about these in the coming videos, but the core premise is you are an awakened consciousness that sits behind your body, your mind, and your emotions. These are your human aspects. Your body, your mind, your emotions, they're part of your human experience, but they are not who you are. You are much more spiritual than that. You are much more divine than that. Behind the physical form, there is a spirituality, an awareness, a conscious awareness that permeates our entire experience, that is the watcher, that sits behind and looks through, witnesses through our eyes, our ears, our senses, life as we experience it. So this means if we're not our body, we're not our emotions, and we're not our mind, then these are false prophets. They can mislead us in what is true and what is real. And they're also the source of suffering. Our mind and our emotions are the source of all suffering. There is no real suffering outside of the worry we hold in our heads, the preferences we hold in our heads, and our emotional reactions that process through our body according to our preferences in our head. So letting go is a practice where we acknowledge we are not our emotions, we are not our mind, we are not our body. So we let go when we feel any resistance to what is going on outside of ourselves. Resistance, when it comes up in our lives, many of us will be used to pushing it down. We'll be used to resisting what is in front of us, what is outside of us, what is happening outside of ourselves. And if we have a preference that is negative, we do not want to experience that, then we very much likely will push it down and resist the experience of it, resist the emotions of feeling it. We are not very good in our human body for letting our events and things that happen on the outside of us just pass through us, just come up, pass through us without being stored. So letting go is pivotal, a pivotal spiritual practice in this regards. It says if we have stored issues, stored worries, stored fears, we've pushed them down due to past beliefs, past experiences, past trauma, we now must let that all go. Letting go is incredibly therapeutic. as well as spiritual. It cleanses the body and the emotions of anything that we have repressed. So the favourite letting go exercise is, for me, a exercise of welcoming in any triggered emotion, any emotional upset. So to do this, I was introduced to the practice of welcoming through Rhonda Barnes' The Greatest Secret. I'd previously been practicing letting go using Michael Singer's Relax and Release, his R&R technique, where you feel something inside, you choose to let it go, and you relax your body and it releases out of you. If you're not holding on to it, if you're not grasping it, if you're not shoving it down, and you just relax into it, relax your body, then the emotions will pass through. And that's another wonderful technique. But for me, welcoming really took my releasing to a new level. And what welcoming is that you start to sense something in your body. You start to sense an emotional arising. You'll probably be aware of it if your mind is starting to take over, starting to get out of control with worrying thoughts. And you're losing control of your train of thought. That's a huge sign that you're also having an emotional reaction to something that's happened outside of you. So we all know about being triggered. You may be triggered, you may feel it, you may feel anger or fear. It may be very visceral within inside you. You may kinetically feel it rising up inside of you. So the best thing to do is just to welcome it in. Have no judgment. Try not to analyze it. Just allow the energy to fire off inside of you. Allow the emotional sensations to flow up within you, to be bouncing around inside of you. And just allow it to be inside of you and welcome it. One of the ideas is that when you're first beginning, you open your arms like you're literally welcoming somebody into your house and preparing to give them a big hug. And you allow it and you welcome it and repeat the words, "You're welcome here. You're allowed to be here." And what will happen is when you do this practice is that the emotions will dissipate. They'll transmute. They'll just go. They'll just leave your body. If you do not suppress them, if you do not try and control them, if you do not try and resist them and push them down and store them and go, no, this is how I'm going to behave, this is what I'm going to do, I won't feel like this, I refuse to feel like this. If you let all that go and just go, this is happening, this is something going on inside of me, I'm not going to allow it to take root, I'm not going to store it, and I welcome it here. What a wonderful gift this sensation is. I can now set it free. And when you do this, what you're really doing is clearing old emotion out as well. It may be a new emotion that's just come up, but it will likely be based on an old samskara, an old stored issue or fear or worry that has now come up, that has now been triggered. So now you welcome it in and you'll feel it slowly leaving. Sometimes it may feel like it rushes up quickly and out. When I first started doing this, I'd sometimes feel a pop in my head, like it was popping out my head. But most of the time now, it's just a calm, relaxing. My body's relaxed. I can feel my body totally relaxed. Welcoming in, just allowing it to be there, not rushing to clear it. So that's the other little caveat. Don't try to rush to clear it, rush to let it go. Get out kind of thing. Don't do that. Just allow it. Just say, this is wonderful. I now have the opportunity to get rid of whatever is bothering me, what has been possibly stored in there for decades. So you welcome it in, you let it go, and eventually you'll start thinking about other things. You'll realize your body doesn't hold that anymore. The tension, the tingling, the nervous system that was activated, you'll realize that's not there anymore and you've let it go. And the idea is that we practice letting go on the small triggers, on the smaller things that are triggering us, till we become very practiced and welcoming in, allowing in. Because when you start doing that, your body is going to start wanting to release other stored items. It's like lifting a lid, making a small hole in a lid to let go of some of the steam or some of the flavour or whatever, and but more and more want to be released, and you'll find yourself going through life and more events will start triggering you and giving you the opportunity to just let go. And this is what being on the spiritual path is. This is what spiritual growth is. It is having practices that allow you to stop being caught in your body, stop being caught in your emotional world, stop being caught in the mind that is just really just made up of stories, and start falling back into your true self, into the seat of self, into your conscious awareness, into you that you truly are behind your body, behind your emotions, behind your mind. And that's where the beauty lies. That is where conscious awareness lies, and being connected to conscious awareness and living life with that as your guidance, with that flowing through you, and being free from these small limiting beliefs, these emotions that don't serve you. It's just an incredible way to live. And as I've said, this is the best therapy I've ever done. Through welcoming, I have let go of fears of rejection. I've let go of fears of not being loved. I've let go of fears of being bullied, fears of being in conflict. There's so many things I've let go. And I'm a much more happier, inflow person. I feel connected to my conscious awareness a lot more, connected to the now, to everyday now moments. And just being very peaceful, not triggered. Things that used to hurt me come up. They're gone. They pass through me now. So much just passes through me now. And it's a beautiful state to be. So I just really wanted to introduce you to a little bit to welcoming, and how it's the most incredible spiritual practice. Please tell me if you've ever practiced welcoming in or allowing in, or what your favourite letting go technique is. I'm really interested. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.